Well, when I first came here, it was only Masons. It was called the Old Mason's Home. And it was mostly men. And then, of course, if they had wives, they were here too.
It was the Old Mason's Home. I started when they had the Old Masons and they brought their wife here. And then when they went to heaven, then the wife had to go to the home in Louisville.
Well, when I first come here, we used to have to do our heating. We actually shovel coal into the boilers way back in the day. And then we got gas, but it was steam heat.
And it was pretty primitive back then. We threw sand instead of salt. We went around the truck and threw sand out the back. I measured the sidewalks, cut me a board to make a good snow shovel.
When you come in the front entrance, when I first started here, to the right there was a barn and a cow.
And those first 3 buildings as you come onto campus, that used to be personal care. Those 3 buildings. And that is where all the personal care level residents resided before the existing building was built. And it was back in '88 and '89.
When I first started, it was all women. They were widows of Masons. I can remember when we first got our first gentleman, and all the residents came out with lipstick on that day.
When we first started, or when I first started here, we didn't have to be certified. And then as time went on, this was like from '79 to '82, we started, the state wanted us to all be certified, so that's what we did. We went to Louisville, took our tests because we knew all the stuff, and we come out and they sent us our little cards that says we were CNAs. But now they do it so much different because you have to do training and school and the whole 9 yards.
We had one gentleman that, this is back in the days before Medicaid, Medicare came and all that, and they always like to go fishing back in the pond. We got a pond back there, and I don't know how many times I've had to dig worms for them, and take them back there and let them fish, you know, and then go back.
Well, they say everything that is modern now will someday be antiquated. And through the decades here at Masonic Homes, that certainly, you know, is proven true.
The apartments in the back were maybe occupied by 1 or 2, and they were all old and outdated. Green tile floors, green walls. The sun porch was a smoking porch lined up with rockers, and people sat and smoked there.
And there was one section right in the center, and it's called Riviera now, but it was considered lockup. That's where we had to keep residents that wandered and what have you. And we had a key to get in there. And, you know, it was interesting.
Their rooms were very healthcare looking. Cinder block walls, not a whole lot of character, certainly no private baths in every room.
One of the things I distinctly remember is that for showering, people would have to go down the hallways in front of everybody. Of course, they would have sheets wrapped around them, and you always knew someone was going in for a bath or a shower because they were being pushed down the hall to the bathing area, because the bathrooms did not have bathtubs or showers. There were specific shower areas. We could smoke in the building. They used to sit at the desk and smoke. Yeah, go figure. That was an odd one.
Building Sam Swope was one of the smartest things going. And then they added Mary Lee and Sproutlings, because I've seen it go from a field where deer walked in, and I had grapes out there and trees, and we bush hogged it and shanked a couple golf balls out there.
The infirmary was outdated, and they decided to build a new healthcare center for the residents. One of my most favorite memories working at Masonic is the day that our residents from the infirmary got to come over and see their new home. They wanted to know if it was really theirs, and it was touching.
Oh my God, they were so excited. I think it was such an exciting time for them because they They knew they were getting a new place, a room of their own, but I think a lot of them really couldn't believe it, that they were going to have such a beautiful room. They no longer had to kind of be paired up with somebody who liked it hot or cold. They could have their own temperature, their TV on or off. The size of the rooms were, you know, they thought they won the lottery. They were just so excited, and so were the families, and they just couldn't wait to get over here. I really was praying that most of them would make it over here. A few passed before they got to make it over here. But the ones that made it, it was just so beautiful. I mean, it was just the look on their faces was tremendous.
Okay. We've had a lot of stuff to change at the Masonic Home, we really have. But the care and the love here is tremendous, and it will never change.
I've been here for 17 years, and the reason that I stay here at the Masonic Home is because of the residents that we serve, our neighbors. They are precious. I don't know how to explain it any other way.
It's always been a great place to be. You know, it's just one of the things I found about working here is that it's cliche, I know, but it's different than working other places, because here you have an opportunity every day to do something for somebody.
I had one gentleman, his wife died, and they dressed him up in a nice suit and did the best they could, but he had an old pair of dirty tennis shoes. So of course I ran across the street, put on my dress shoes on Steve's feet, and sent him to the funeral home, and you know, just little things, you know.
Being part of a team where the other team members have also stayed for many years, the longer the team stays together, the better, the more progress we can make, the better that team becomes.
And this old building is like a friend of mine, you know what I mean? I listened to its moans and groans for so many years, and I realized that at my age that retirement is bound to be coming, and because the building seems to have gotten higher and ladders are steeper, ground's a lot harder, and so I suppose that people are supposed to be happy and excited about retirement, but for me it'd probably be among the saddest days of my life, because I don't really know what I would do.
If I ever really thought and wrote everything down, I'd have a bestseller.